Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad experience. Today it is Tuesday. It is March 5th. We are
2021.
2024, and we are live from multiple different locations. Guys, what the hell's going on here? What are we doing?
I was saying 2021 because it's kind of like we're all on Zoom. It's like a COVID vibe.
It is a little bit of a COVID vibe, but how fun is that? I think that's fun.
I'm
Not
having
having
fun with it.
to not having to leave your home. Except
I'm in a
Francis, you
different
did leave
state.
you're actually both of you guys left your homes, so I guess that doesn't count at all.
I certainly assumed you would be at the office with me. I actually thought you and I were both going to be in the studio together. And then I
Yeah, well,
remembered, well, if there's an opportunity for you to stay home,
Oh, of course, I'm gonna stay home. Yeah.
then you're not going anywhere.
No, but I also have to upload this on the YouTube, so it's faster for me to do it from here because I have better Wi-Fi than the office does. All I do is think about my Wi-Fi and how I can make it even faster. I have the highest package. I pay the most amount of money that I possibly can without getting that grain Wi-Fi.
Hmm.
the only thing that you could do faster would be to plug into the grid like the pods in the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
If you physically linked into the grid, that's the only way that you could there's any way that you could have faster Wi-Fi. But you also would do anything for an excuse not to come into the office.
That is
And
also true.
the only reason that you're even recording this with us, because me and Francis could have done it yesterday from the office, but you just didn't want to be like, I'm missing an episode of Son of a Boy Dad, because
Exactly. Because I love this show so goddamn much.
because you're scared of Dave so goddamn hard.
Dude, I have to. He literally said when we had my meeting, he said, "You're not allowed to miss any Son of a Boy Dads." And then you guys were like, "We could just record one." And I was like, "No, fuck, I'll drive. I'll drive back from San Diego."
I saw you caught a fish.
Yeah, bass. Dude, people were
Oh,
shitting on me still.
why?
They're saying, because I used a spin rod, they're saying, "Oh, spin rod, you're not a real fisherman," which they're kind of just saying what I've always said. So I get it. But also, the reason I was using a spin rod was because I didn't bring my fly rod. And then we just went to Walmart and we bought fucking $19 fishing rods.
It's pretty impressive that you caught a fish at all with one of those pieces of shit.
Now it's really not. I mean, it was, dude, people were catching fish all over the place. It was crazy.
Should you have caught more than one? I mean, are we to be
Definitely.
disappointed in you?
Definitely.
Why'd you only catch one?
I don't know. And I caught one on my last cast. Gardini caught one early and then he didn't catch anything else. And then I was like, I guess they're not biting anymore. And I started reeling it in to leave. And a fucking fish came up and just smacked my plastic worm.
I feel like that's kind of a fallacy when you say you did it on your last cast, because it's like it was your last cast because you caught one. That's like when people are like, "Oh, I finally found it." You'd never guess it was in the last place I looked. Like no shit, it was in the last place you looked. You wouldn't have kept on looking if you had if you didn't fucking find it. You would never believe it. It was the last place I looked. Yeah,
God damn.
but
That's
like,
why you're the goat, bro.
you would have
Roan,
kept casting.
do you think that when people say that, that's such a funny point where the last place I looked, do you think they're saying it was the most recent place or it was the last place I would have thought to have looked?
I bet that they probably wish that they mean the last place that they would have thought they looked, but really, like they're probably just like, yeah, it was the last place I
Right. So they're not, I'm with you. I think maybe that's what they think they're saying, but they're not getting it there. They're not getting that across.
and they're exposing that they're like kind of it's just like they're dumb. Like they don't consider that they stopped looking because they found what they found. Like that they think that they were really going to give up looking, which brings us
Right.
back to young Harry here who thought that he was going to leave the fishing spot because it was going to be his last cast.
I
When
mean,
he
we
would
could I could call Gardini right now and he would agree. He would say it was my last. I was literally reeling it in to go home. And like 2 feet from the shore, a bass just came up and smacked my lure.
your lure.
Wow.
Call
Okay.
Beautiful.
Gardini.
Beautiful moment.
You know what I was thinking about?
Talk
Do
to us.
tell.
Do you ever think that maybe there's a couple where at some point they were on a dinner date and the man started choking on a piece of food and his wife performed the Heimlich maneuver, and that was the light bulb moment where they both realized they wanted to try pegging.
Oof, maybe. I could see that being the cause of a divorce.
I mean, I think a wife saving your life by basically fucking you in from behind
Oh, is the
is,
Heimlich? The Heimlich is the one where you grab onto them from behind and you squeeze their tummy.
yeah. But
Okay.
there's a lot of people like to be choked. So
Yes.
if you've got, some lasagna already down there or a big piece of steak and your air is jeopardized, and then you got your wife behind you with her arms around your hips and midriff, just whoa, yeah, take it, get it out. You know
I think
that
there's a I think there's a decent chance that Heimlich was a pervert and that there's a better way to do it. And he's like, no, it's the only way to do this is you have to get behind and thrust. Like there you probably could like lay someone down and push up, or like the fact that you have to get behind like a T-ball coach and like thrust to like full body thrust is kind of nasty and sick.
it is.
Heimlich
I
was a
also
real
think
person.
I'm sure we should do some research, but I also think it's so arrogant of him to insist it be called his maneuver instead of
Yeah.
just like the Heimlich move or the Heimlich procedure, process,
It's so cocky.
solution.
He thinks he's 50 shades of gray in over here. You have to try the Heimlich maneuver.
Well, do you
It
think it
also, in
was?
thinking about this, it also occurred to me that when a man says some to his family, uh, get behind me, it is simultaneously the most manly thing he can say, but also could be the gayest thing that he could say.
Yeah. Like, what do you want to do behind me? Fuck me in the
Get
ass.
get behind me, saddle up, you know what's next.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Put the
size are we
fucking
using
put the
tonight?
cock on. Yeah. Exactly.
Put the cock on.
What
Did you
size are
run the
we using?
dishwasher on heavy duty pots and pans to make sure it was clean from last time?
That's why whenever NATO is like, all of our allies are behind us, it's like, what the fuck, NATO? Pause,
Fucking
NATO.
freaks. Dude, that's why I never got into the pocket pussy game, was because people say that you have to like wash them in like boiling water.
There was a
Fuck
there was a
no.
great a book that I read, a military book of short stories about I don't know, guys in Iraq who, one of which I think it was a novel, but it was not, it was fiction, but he said that an entire platoon of Marines was sharing a pocket pussy and they all got herpes from sharing the same pocket pussy.
Yeah, I mean that's not surprising at all. That's disgusting. That's
Yeah.
fucking so gross. Do when if you have like how many people are in a platoon? 20, 15?
I don't know.
I would expect you to know after you read that book. You'd think they would specify the amount of
I
people
was
that were
more
using the
focused on
pocket
the
vagina.
herpes uh, phenomenon than
Well,
the
I was
number.
more thinking, what do you think? Does someone in that crew have to have herpes, or did they start a new type of herpes by all putting their
Through
dicks into the
friction.
plastic vagina?
20 to 50 soldiers. Uh,
If you
if
got
someone
50
had to have had it,
dudes,
it doesn't just come from nowhere,
you
dude.
can't just
Yeah,
spawn
what?
it. You can't just spawn it in.
No.
You would think if 50 dudes are fucking the same pocket pussy,
Herpes would
there's
just
some
appear
sort of STD that's
like
just going
Bloody
to
Mary.
appear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like AIDS.
Something's happening. Something's
Yeah.
happening, sure, but I don't know. It's not like in buildings that are under construction where when you leave two wet rags in a bucket and all of a sudden the chemicals somehow spontaneously combust and create a fire. It's not like that.
But it is like if you leave like moldy food, like the fact that mold or bacteria like that will just come out of nowhere is a peculiarity that like a mold can just start forming out of something that was otherwise fine or healthy, or I guess it's just the rotting of living bacteria, but there's living bacteria in sperm, like
It's a
maybe
good
that
point. And my guess to Harry's question would be that rather than causing herpes out of nowhere, if you combined that many ejaculations, you could probably use that to create a Greek yogurt culture or perhaps a sourdough starter.
Yeah, the mother of a kombucha or some shit
That
like
is
Exactly.
that.
very good
Living
point.
enzymes.
That's
Yeah.
very interesting. I never thought about it like that.
It'd be good to probably drink. It would probably like cure most types of nasty gut health. Is if you
Good
just
gut health.
drank
Yes.
the bottom of the fleshlight.
Tip that puppy up
Ew.
like a big gulp.
You guys are you guys are on your freak shit today.
That's
We're
why they
on
need
freak shit.
they
That's
need to have
nasty as
like
hell.
what does a trombone have? Like a spit valve. They
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
have
yeah,
one of
yeah,
those
yeah,
on the
yeah.
fleshlight where
Ew,
you
dude. That's
just
so gross.
push down so all the
That's
boys can
so
fucking
fucking gross.
freshly use
I could throw up right now thinking about that.
a spit valve. Clear out the spit valve.
Ew.
Just blow into the fleshlight
Enough out
like
of
a
you.
flute.
I wanted, by the way, my goal in bringing that question to the group today was to be the first one on the podcast today to make it talk about gay things because we do that every episode, and I wanted to be the first.
Son of a gay dad.
Yes, that's right.
Better gay stuff than
Welcome back
airline
to the
shit.
gayest podcast in Barstool, right next to Out and About.
Curious. A bunch of gay, curious topics.
We're curious as hell, and we're asking the real questions about the gay shit. Three straight guys with a lot of questions. We got to get into like old school radio intros. Welcome
Like
back
what?
to Son of a Boy Dad. Three straight guys with a lot of questions about gay stuff.
Just a random explosion. I actually strongly dislike that pew 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 sound because like I think like improv groups got a hold of that in like 2008 and they would just be like pew pew pew,
Improv groups?
Bark Daddy's back.
Really? I always thought it was just like a New York radio thing. Like Cypher Sounds was always
It
hammering
was.
that button.
It was, and then improv groups got a hold of it, and then it just turned into like this band camp, like weird. Redheads love it, Francis.
Not this one.
That's right. Is there? How's your eye? You have like a
Not
little
great. Can you?
sty.
It's
Yeah, I
gotten a
was going to
little
ask
better.
about that.
Now it's a little better, but man, it was getting a little spooky over the weekend.
What is a sty?
It is a sty, and it was
Shout out,
so
Biggie.
deep in the lid that I didn't know what was going on, but I thought it might be a sty, so I was using these sty eye drops,
Yeah.
which it turned out I was allergic to. So
Oh,
that caused an allergic reaction on the upper lid, and this big red line started fucking spider webbing out to my face, and that really scared me. I mean, anytime you have something you don't understand going on with your eye, it's like I don't know. That's what would you say the part of the body that if you had something you didn't know what was going on?
the dick, for sure.
Yeah.
It is
Obviously, the
it's
dick.
dick first, but then
And then the
I guess
asshole.
maybe heart, and then eye for me is really up there.
Eye is up there. I've had styes a bunch. Are you rocking the warm compress at all?
Yeah, everybody and their mother is like, don't, make sure you do a warm compress, as though I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, you're the one that's talking about putting these eye drops into your eyes that you're allergic to, which feels like, maybe we steer clear from that in the future.
That was in addition to the warm compress. And none of you weird fucking wet nurses ever explain how hard I'm supposed to compress the compress against my eye, or for how long or how hot it needs to be.
What you want it to be is you want it to be like hot to the touch, like it could peel your skin off. Because that's
Come
essentially
on.
that's what you're doing with the warm compress is you're melting your eyelids off, and then you're hoping that a new one is going to regrow stylus. So you want it to be as hot as it possibly can be. Like put it in the oven at 500 degrees for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you take it and you put it on your eye and you melt the lid off. And
What
then
is sty? How does it? How does it form?
it's like pink eye, but not as bad.
It's not that. It's not. It's a different thing. It's a bacteria. I think it's a bacterial infection of your eyelid.
It needs 30 Marines to come in your eye, and that's
Yeah.
how sty forms.
Yeah, how did you get it?
work?
Were you eating ass?
I got it from setting foot in your apartment.
You haven't been to my apartment in months.
It was a dormant. It had a dormancy period. It's a latent. It's a sleeper cell inside my eye. It's just
My
been
apartment is
waiting.
fucking disgusting right now.
Show us the floor.
I'm in a low spot right now.
Show us the floor.
I got out of bed like 30 minutes ago.
Show us the floor.
No, the floor is not even that messy. There is a pizza box on the ground right next to me
Why?
because I had pizza last night.
I knew it. I knew that that's why it was.
No, man, I'm fucking tired as hell. That dude, those 6.5 hour flights will take the life out of you.
No, they are. They
And then
do.
an hour and a half Uber home from JFK. Jesus Christ.
Bro, I had an hour and 15-minute Uber home from JFK, and initially the price was like $70, but the traffic was so bad that when the ride ended, they kicked it up to $125.
Jesus Christ,
But
really?
I contested it, and Uber reverted to the original fee, which was actually, I thought, pretty good of them.
$125 is insane.
Yeah,
I've been having great Uber rides. I've been having incredible conversation, specifically with my Indian, Pakistani, and Bangladeshi brothers.
they're the best.
Really?
They're the
I have been
best.
having no conversation with any of them.
I drove to JFK yesterday. There wasn't a single lull in the conversation with my Bangladeshi brother. Not a single lull. And he was like, when I came to this country, I was a Democrat, and now the way that everything's going, I don't apologize. I'm Republican now. And he was dead serious about it. Pissed off about the immigrants. He was like, they're getting free hotel room. They're getting $10,000 a month. And so me and him hatched a plan where he's going to go down to Mexico and then come back as an immigrant just through Mexico so he can get his $10,000 a month.
It's actually a pretty good idea. You should
In his
definitely go through with
Bangladeshi
that.
accent, he was like, "No hablo inglés." Like fucking pretending to be a Mexican dude in a Bangladeshi accent.
That's
We were
crazy.
dying laughing. The God bless yous that I got at the end of that ride, he said he wished every passenger was like me. He tipped me at the end of the ride.
Did you give him 5 stars?
No, of course.
Yeah,
2
of
stars.
course not. Of course not.
2 stars, immigrant.
Well, you want to keep him humble. Yeah, of course. You only get 5 stars if you're purebred American.
Best conversation of my life, but 2 stars. Come on.
2 stars. Come on, man.
That ride to JFK is insane, though.
Dude, the craziest thing is that you land, and when you're landing, you can look and you can see how far away you are from the city. You're like, oh, we're another flight away from Manhattan.
You pass your apartment. You can Francis, I see our apartment all the time. I'm like,
I know.
That's it right there.
That's it. It's really a so close yet so far situation. And you think, well, surely by living in Brooklyn, it's better than us living in the West Village of Manhattan in a, sort of ground zero breeding ground for biological weapons like what Sass lives in. But
Like what's
that's
on
a
your eye.
pigsty. No, that's a pigsty that Sass is in. You got a sty. He's got a whole other
This
sty.
is not a pigsty. This is a beautiful apartment. I actually just re-signed my lease here for another year. So fuck you guys.
they responded. How did that go? Did you have to negotiate?
No, they said it's going to be an extra $100 a month, and I said, "Fuck it, I don't give a goddamn. I'm rich as
That's
hell,
when you know
bitch."
it's a piece of shit when they're just like, listen, we're gonna raise it so little. We're gonna just, would you mind? And you're like,
$100 is really cheap. I feel like for raising the rent. The last place I had, when I was in Hell's Kitchen, they tried to raise it by like double, but they also just really wanted us out of that place.
I think it's 2%. They raised it 2% on you.
Damn.
Yeah,
Which,
that checks out.
if
But
I'm
that was
right,
probably that's what the cleaning fee would have been. $1,200 just to get the fucking grime off the floor and walls.
Bro, my apartment is clean as shite.
He just said it wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not because there's shit on the ground, but it's like there's not there's not like stains and stuff other than the time that you put the shoes on my wall. There's stains from that, but that's a quick paint job.
yo, Sass was in
La Jolla,
San Diego,
La
Jolla,
Jolla.
and I was in Houston and then New Orleans.
Yeah, you must feel
And
like shit.
New Orleans is
Really?
It's not great, man. I don't know.
That's
I don't
where
really know how to put it. I mean, look, I met this awesome dude who actually picked me up from the airport, Matthew. Coolest guy ever.
5 stars.
And he took me around and
just
he's
was
a
he a
local.
fan?
Yeah, but like he's cooler than I am. So I am now a fan. This dude has credentials. I'll
Yeah.
tell you after the pod, but he is I had no business being shepherded around
No,
by
just
this
tell us
guy.
now. Tell us now.
He's got like celebrity friends who are his best friends. And he doesn't name drop them.
Up front. He
It's
backloads
not a
the name
name
drop.
drop. It's
He
just
waits
like,
until you're close to the hotel to drop them.
trust me, this dude is awesome. He's just
Yeah.
awesome. I don't know how else to put it. Knows, the whole dining scene in New Orleans, takes you to a restaurant and the fucking maitre d' kisses him on both cheeks and then gives you the best table in the entire place and friends and family discount on the bill, which I know because I did that thing where I got up to go to the bathroom,
Hey, you slunk out.
but then I went and paid the bill.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's like that scene in The Sopranos.
It's kind of a fun thing because then you get back to the table and you hang out for a little while longer, just hoping that people don't order more stuff.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to have to get up to go to the bathroom again.
Yeah.
And you're kind
Same
of
thing
mad.
again.
You're like, this is more than I bargained for with my good gesture. But yeah, I did that. And then they're like, all right, should we just get the bill? And you're like, I took care of it.
I love that.
Oh, you guys aren't gonna have to worry about the bill.
Yeah. It's been taken care of.
I love that
Yeah,
move. I think that that's such a pro move.
It's a good move.
I've
But
never done that.
we did all that, and then I'll say this. So Matthew, they came to the show, after the shows were great, by the way. The show in Houston, the show in New Orleans, great shows. The problem with New Orleans as a comedy city is that comedy is the least talented display of entertainment that city has to offer every single night of the week.
'Cause they
There's
got
tap
music.
dancers,
There's
guys playing
such
trumpets.
better talent and there's such better entertainment to see than comedy. So people who live there, they're like, well, I could go see Francis Ellis perform comedy or this 5-piece jazz quintet featuring the greatest musicians in the country. Like, well, what are
I'd
we
rather
gonna
see Francis Ellis. Sue me. That's why we're best friends, bro.
That's it. And we'll be in Madison at Comedy on State Thursday till Saturday of this upcoming weekend.
Yeah,
Tickets
good luck
at Little
getting tickets.
Sasquatch website.com.
They're almost sold out.
2 of the 5 are right now.
Yeah.
The others are on their way. All right. To finish this, Brandon Barrera, who had been there, he's my feature. They were wondering where we should go after the shows. And Brandon was like, well, he's never been to New Orleans before. We got to take him to Bourbon Street. And Matthew was like, oh, I think we maybe want to take him to Frenchman Street. It's a little more local, kind of jazz bar-y. Brandon was like, nah, we got to take him to Bourbon. And we went to Bourbon Street, and it was the end of the earth.
Oh, it's
It was
bad.
It's just like every
This is your first time in New Orleans?
yeah.
And is Sass, you never been?
I've never been, but I've always just imagined it being like when I used to live on St. Mark's Street in East Village, and you would wake up after a night where it would be like everyone would be out on the streets partying and there's just trash everywhere. That's what I imagine all of New Orleans is like.
It's
No,
just
but
wet
but
on the ground.
Bourbon
Yeah.
Street is the
Wet.
Just an inch of liquid
And
has
they
Yeah,
rained
tell
in 2
you
weeks.
they're like we actually are below sea level here, and you're like, this is not salt water.
Yeah, it's
This
fresh.
is vaginal fluid
Yeah.
and,
hurricanes, like
fecal
the
discharge and
Oh.
sweat.
yeah.
How long were you there? You're only there for one night though, right?
One night
All right, that's
we
not
dipped
terrible.
into one of these bars, and they had like 2 or 3 rappers up on stage, and these girls from this bachelorette party jumped up to dance with the rappers on stage.
Yeah.
And one of them was dancing with one of them, and you could see her tampon string hanging out from
Oh,
beneath her skirt.
that's
And
crazy.
I wanted to pull on it to see
Like a
if
light
she would
switch?
sing a song.
There's a snake in my boob. Reach for the sky.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, Bourbon Street is you're guaranteed to not get a good cocktail. You're guaranteed for it to be just overrun by absolute filth, let's just say it. There's going to be scammers out. People are probably going to be like fighting. Best thing you can do is like sit in a barber chair and get spun around and get slapped by a girl with a Brazilian butt lift.
True.
Bourbon Street is, I don't think, especially your speed, Francis. That's not your speed. Frenchman Street would have been your speed.
Would have been my speed.
You get a
You just know me.
cocktail. It's
You
a
know
little
me.
bit. There's foliage. You know, it's a little bit
Yeah,
more
man.
quiet.
And then we went to the casino, inevitably. I lost a quick $500.
Oh,
And that was
that's
it.
my move.
Yep. Just didn't even feel it go.
Well, I wish I could relate, dude. Fucking San Diego, like I got like the post-vacation blues right now. Dude, it is so nice there.
Yeah.
I've never been. That was the first time I've been on the road and been like, wow, like I wish I wasn't doing comedy right now.
Yeah.
Because I want to go fucking sit on the beach and smoke a cigar or something. Like, dude, it was
Where were
unreal.
you? PB?
La Jolla.
Did you go to Pacific Beach at all?
No, I didn't go to the beach at all. I went on a hike by the beach the day I got there.
I
As
think
soon as
Pacific
I
Beach
got
is
in.
like an area of, it's like a town, kind of.
No, I was in La Jolla the whole time.
Fun to say.
Very fun to say. I was calling it La Jolla to try and fuck with people, and they didn't think it was funny at all.
Yeah, they must have thought of that one probably their first time in San Diego as well.
Probably, yeah.
I
Probably
knew
pretty low hanging fruit.
I knew Sass was having a good time because he texted me pictures of the hike he took.
Oh, it was awesome, dude. I got in, I rented a car, and Gardini didn't get in. I got in early. I got in at like 10 a.m. or like 11 a.m. So I had a shit ton of time to kill before I could check into the hotel. So I got the rental car, went to Dick's, got this sick ass lid. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. And then I drove and I went on a hike on the beach. It was nice. And I read some plaques, read some history. Apparently that beach that I hiked on used to be a training facility in World War II for for like snipers and for like tanks. And then after World War II ended, it turned into an aircraft defense base for Japan and other nuclear threats.
I wonder what kind of fleshlights they were using during World War II on that beach.
Probably
They're probably made of, like, tin.
those Dune popcorn buckets.
Yeah,
That's what they looked like.
yeah. Fleshlight technology must have been absolutely abysmal back then.
Oh
But
yeah.
there probably were early. I mean, like there were probably early fleshlights. Like porn pushes all technology, like Blu-ray and internet stuff. So there was probably the sexuality was inescapable. They were probably like wadding up like old bloody gauze tape and putting it in a canteen and fucking it or something.
Yeah, C4 jelly.
Yeah. They probably like discovered some type of new explosive.
Yeah.
Like if you put enough friction to the C4 jelly, it turns into Agent Orange.
It was
Fuck
it
it
was
long
really
enough,
cool.
you can actually heat your meal ready to eat
Yeah.
using the butane.
Have you guys been out there before?
Yeah.
I've never
It's
been
awesome.
to San Diego. I'd like to go. I told you this, but I think it got ranked the #1 city in the country for young people to live in, or maybe just all people.
It was very old. It was actually surprising. The shows were good. There was a problem with the mic that I think I told you about, where the mic kept disconnecting on the Friday shows, which was pretty frustrating. It was extremely frustrating. But then they fixed it for the Sunday shows. But dude, the Sunday shows, the average age in the crowd had to have been like 60. And it
Wow.
was just all locals, old as fuck. But it was the best show of the weekend by far. They laughed at everything.
Did you do 2 shows on Sunday?
No, just one.
Wow.
People
But
are so
I didn't do Thursday.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
people are so genuinely happy out there. Like
Yeah.
people are just rollerblading around like or just like soaking up the sun at all times. Like they're saturated with vitamin D, just playing
Yeah.
volleyball and having a fetch with their dog. Like that, it's the most active and naturally happy people. It's the antidote for seasonal depression, San Diego.
Dude, it really
Mm.
was. As soon as I touched down, it was just reggae music, sweet, sweet reggae music, and just good vibes. I will say it did rain the rest of the time we were there, but it was very on and off. I think that might just be how it is out there, like Florida. You know, in Florida, it rains like every single day.
No.
I don't think that's true.
Like
There
it
used to be
gets,
Southwest commercials where it's like there was one cloud and it's like a bad day in Florida beats a good day anywhere else.
maybe
Yeah.
that's just every time I've been to Florida, it's rained. I feel like it
There's
always gets
also
super hot and then it thunderstorms for like 20 seconds.
there's also a song that goes, "It never rains in Southern California."
Yeah, that Frank
Very
Ocean
known
song.
thing. Yeah.
Usually the
Well,
rain and
it
fun.
rained pretty much the whole time I was there, so
That's on you, pal.
sounds
Yeah.
like it. Sounds like
Oh,
it might be.
your bad attitude, you mope.
You know something that's weird about I'm gonna bring this back to my experience.
No problem, bro. The floor
I,
is yours.
something that's weird about New Orleans is that they monetize the hurricane.
How?
Well, there's like merch about the Hurricane Katrina. There's a very popular drink that every bar serves
Oh,
called
wait, you're
the
talking about New
Hurricane.
Orleans.
Yeah.
You said San Diego.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
Continue.
Well, I made a joke about it. I was like, why are you guys monetizing your tragedy? I'm from New York. We don't have a cocktail called the South Tower.
But they
Oh,
do sell
man.
like never
We
forget
honor our
shirts.
sadness
They do. They sell Never Forget shirts like in the airport.
for Hurricane Katrina.
No, for 9
Oh,
11.
for us, yes, but that's out of respect.
Yeah, supposedly it's also so that Hudson News can make an extra $20.
Our vibe is like never forget and blah blah blah. I mean, I don't mind that they're making I don't mind as long as the messaging is correct. Whatever. I found it a little
I remember when I went to Rome, they had they had a drink called the Creme de Pope Benedict, and it was just for all the fallen altar boys who had been molested. It was a very, it was a really thick and smoky one that I thought honored the victims in an appropriate way. I mean, there's Irish car bombs, and
Yeah, that's true.
but they hate that.
they
They're like,
hate
Yeah.
them
don't
though.
order
They
that.
don't yeah, they don't you don't order that in
But that's
Dublin,
not, yeah,
right?
that's only an American thing, right?
Right, exactly.
Kamikaze is a shot, right?
Yeah. But kamikaze is not as much of a tragedy because that's like a sacrifice, isn't it?
And the Japanese probably aren't ordering them. That's probably us being like, "I'll take a fucking kamikaze."
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
American right there. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, that's like you got to have war propaganda drinks. Let me get a Hiroshima. Let me
They're
get a
probably-
double Hiroshima. Thank you.
I'm getting bombed tonight.
Whoa. What the fuck is with that?
What was that? Do it again. Do it again. What did you do?
I said,
say
let me get a
Hiroshima and it did
Hiroshima,
it?
and then balloons went up around me. I turned that shit off, dude, and it still happens.
This is some anti-Japanese software we got going on.
Yeah, I
What
know.
the fuck is Apple on? You
Steve
ordered double
Jobs.
Hiroshima. Steve Jobs in the afterlife. It's like, fuck yes.
I didn't
Designed
know
in
that about
California,
the
assembled in China, which won the Sino-Japanese War.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I rewatched Oppenheimer on my way to California. So good.
So good.
Unbelievably
You
good.
sit in first class,
What do you think, bro?
Delta One.
You know this.
You
No,
did?
they didn't. They didn't have Delta One, or they did, but it was $4,000. And I said, unfortunately, that's going to be a little bit above my spending limit for this weekend.
Dude, I am on a first class upgrade eater right now.
I don't even like rolling the dice. That's my thing. On a long flight like that, I need to be up front. I need to be sitting with the captain.
But you didn't.
No, I was first class both ways.
I thought you said you didn't do it because it was $4,000.
No, Delta One was $4,000.
Well, so then you were in premium economy.
No, there's only certain planes that have Delta One. I opted out of those planes. My
Oh,
plane didn't offer it.
you went first class, but not Delta One.
You were in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Yes.
biplane.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
exactly.
that's
Nicest first class I've ever been in, though. It was the one where they have the seat, but then they have that weird like plastic barrier around it.
it's nice. Those are some
Yeah,
good planes. Yeah, that's
Look,
good.
that's basically Delta One.
it was. It felt like Delta One, but you couldn't
No,
recline all the way.
he couldn't recline all the way, which is too bad because he had a long flight.
Francis, your one story about the couple was killing me.
Dude, it's one of the great moments I've had in air travel. I mean, truly, like I got to the airport. I'd been checking the upgrade list for 10 hours. I called Delta at 4 in the morning and said, "What's it going to cost to upgrade to first class?" They said it'd be an extra $600. I said, "Forget it." And I was third on the upgrade list. There were two people ahead of me for one seat. And I was like, there's no chance. There's no chance. But I got to there. I went up and I was like, just gonna throw out a Hail Mary, lady at the front desk. Is there any world where I might be eligible for that last first class seat? And she said, well, there's two people ahead of you, but they're a couple and they may want to stick together. So uh you have a chance. And sure enough, I watched them walk up, and not only were they a couple, but they had two little kids.
Ooh,
And
And
that's a wrap. I mean, if they have kids, there's no chance.
it was over. I just said, boy, look at this gang. Look at this gang. What a nuclear family.
did you try and like gaslight them into it? Be like, man, I love how like tight knit you guys are. You guys probably don't want to leave each other ever.
I said, can I take a picture? Because I'm smelling a Christmas card opportunity right here. I know a family when I see one, and boy, oh
You
boy.
guys are the kind of family that sticks together through everything.
Yeah, I see two kids now, but are you guys done yet? Because I think we need more of the Williams family.
You guys won't let a Delta One seat break apart this beautiful family.
Yeah, and sure enough, I listened to them. The woman was great. The Delta attendant was like, "So you guys are eligible for one first class seat," but I think she even said something like, "But I get the sense you don't want to split up." Because she knew I wanted it.
Yeah.
I was a shark in the water, man. I was standing right there, and the wife was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna stick together. You can give it away." And I was like, "Yes," and I was like, "Thank." She knew because I was standing there filming them, which I'm surprised they didn't have a problem with. And she was like, "Enjoy," and I was like, "Enjoy, happy marriage." And then they
Happy
printed it out
marriage.
and I got it. And then I got it on the way back too.
Was this when you
Which
did Don't Tell?
no, this was just this weekend doing Houston and New Orleans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I got it. I just posted this.
Oh, I must have been thinking about a
He
different
does not
time.
follow you.
I must have been thinking about a different time that you got upgraded to Delta One.
Yeah, I got upgraded to Delta One coming back from LA, which was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sick. That was a big win. I'm telling you. And hairball, I've now been upgraded to first class both ways to Milwaukee and back for our Madison weekend.
Really?
Yeah, but you haven't, you fucking loser.
No, I bought it. I bought it off the top. That's
That's
kind of
too
just
bad.
that's how I roll these days.
Yeah, I mean,
Got to
personally,
spend money to make money, bro.
I like paying coach prices for first class seats. It's nice to know that I got it for like
Well, that's
a
because
fraction.
you're already fucking. Well, we can't go too deep into the Delta world again, but I was gonna say because you're already fucking diamond or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you either know how to fly or you don't, and you're just out here kind of getting smoked, and it's people like me that rely on morons like you for not cutting corners to get the most benefits.
Understood.
I'll be honest though, the flight to Milwaukee will offer you no benefit to sit in
No.
first class.
No.
I've been making that flight. I'm about to be on my sixth back and forth Milwaukee flight, and there's not even a big enough overhead compartment to put your backpack if you're on the left side of the plane. Like you need to be traveling with a tube for it to fit in the oversized compartment.
I think
I
it's not even so much about the comfort or the accommodations as it is the sort of
Superiority.
joy that I'm going to get from turning my head all the way around and seeing Hairball somewhere back in the distance with his knees at his fucking titties,
I just told you I'm
no
sitting
leg
first
room.
class.
Oh, that's right. So then maybe we'll be sitting next to each other and we can compare prices.
Yeah, true. We could do that. I actually think I had credit. That's why I got first class.
Damn, you blew your credit. Dude, credit is gold. I wouldn't have wasted that on a trip to Milwaukee. As
I
Rin said,
waste all of the credit. I'm trying to spend as little money as I can.
it's a short flight. It's really not that long.
Really not much. Really not much of a flight.
What is there to do in Madison?
Madison actually is an awesome town. They
I
have a
heard it's
fucking
amazing.
great steakhouse. I gotta find the
Oh,
fucking name of it.
Let's
Like a
so
go.
goddamn
great.
sick of that shit.
No, no,
What?
no. This place is
Yeah.
next
Oh,
level.
dude, but Madison, they got great food and drinks. Really?
All right, they probably have great
Unlike
fishing
unlike
too.
every other city on earth.
Bro, you have one hobby. The fuck are you talking about? Getting
Everywhere
pissed
you
off
go,
about?
you go to the shittiest cities, and people are like, "Well, they got good food and drinks." It's like,
No,
"Oh,
they
really?
don't.
They have a good
Harry, they don't.
cheeseburger and a Heineken Zero?"
That's
Yeah,
not
they got
true.
great Bud Lights out in Madison.
Well, maybe if you expanded your culinary tastes a little bit, you wouldn't be, like living on one side of the menu so much.
It's just everywhere you go, good food and drinks, and
No,
then you go and it's the
I
worst
actually
city you've ever been to.
I disagree with this take. I think there are good food cities and there are bad. And that's just the bottom line.
Yeah, I don't agree. I mean, dude, you could give
Dude,
me
Houston, I didn't find to be like a good food city. New Orleans is supposed to be great.
well, Houston has some problems that probably food probably isn't the top of their focus list right now.
Like
Like
Indianapolis is
survival
Indi
has got to be up there.
that is that true? Is it
They're
a
still
very
working
violent
on
city?
they're still working on the murder.
I mean, bro, I think New Orleans is worse
New
than
Orleans has,
Houston.
yeah, New Orleans has a. But of the three cities you two went to this past weekend, I would say New Orleans is my favorite, San Diego is my second favorite, and then Houston. Houston doesn't, especially because of the lack of walkability in Houston. You're not walking
Houston
anywhere.
Houston's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. Right next to the Jack in the Box, Dave and Buster's across the street.
They have the 7-layer double-decker highway. It's just like one highway that goes on top of another highway, on top of another highway, on top of another highway, like a
I've
chain.
never I've never seen a city that chose brown as its color palette. Why is brown their color?
And how
It's
do
just
1.4 million people decide to live in the brown color palette city?
I think it's just something that you're raised there and you just stay there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Austin is just a
Whenever I get married, I'm probably gonna
precipitously
have my
better.
bachelor party out there.
In Houston in the H,
Yeah, the big H, the dirty H.
the H. Yeah, I really have never had a good time in Houston or Dallas really.
I actually like Dallas. I think Dallas is a good city. It's only because I sold well out there, though.
Yeah, you base it all on whether 300 people come to see you.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was saying to Francis was the thing with fucking with San Diego. It's like it doesn't even matter how the shows go because it's so fun
Are you
already.
chloroforming us? What the fuck was that?
I was wiping off my screen. But dude, I mean, it like
You
it's
got like a
so
layer
nice.
of sort of smog in your apartment or something? Just your fucking hazardous air rating from the EPA today in there?
Dude, the thing about San Diego is that everyone there is really cool. So
Yeah,
you
but they're
kind
all a
of
lot of transplants though. Nobody's like from San Diego.
yeah, that's what I heard. That's what some dude was telling me. Because I was asking about the paragliding situation out there because it's a strong paragliding community.
Yeah, I can see you signing up for that. I can see,
Well, no, I was more
I won't even
confused.
won't go to a restaurant for lunch, but paragliding you're gonna
A
get
turkey
into.
sandwich is too much of a risk, but I'll go ahead and fucking strap on to the back of a fucking 12-foot yacht that a guy named Brock is driving, shit faced at 2 in the afternoon.
No, you're mixing up paragliding with something else, bro. Paragliding,
Parasailing. Paragliding, you jump off of a mountain?
I think
Oh, that's even more
paragliding,
deadly.
Yeah, I
it,
know.
dude, I talked about it on stage the whole weekend and I would get mixed reviews, but dude, there was one time I took a photo and I sent it, or I think I sent it to you, Francis, too, but I sent it to my mom while I was on my hike. And then I zoomed in and I thought it was birds and I realized it was people in the sky. They're just high as hell up in the air.
You
Salt,
must
like
be high as hell
hundreds,
if you're gonna try that shit, bro. What the fuck?
hundreds of them. I wasn't going to try it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. No,
When
you
I got
didn't send
to
this to
Hundreds.
me, but your mom forwarded it on to me.
That's funny.
when I got to South
Not funny,
Africa
bro.
this summer, we went to like this beautiful peak, and our guide was like, "Yeah, yesterday someone died jumping off there." It's like that
Really?
literally paragliders had just freshly died, and there's still other people paragliding. They said they just smacked into each other in the air. That's fucking terrifying.
They say that if you jump out of an airplane or fall off a building without a parachute, there's actually a sort of protocol that you should go through to try to give yourself the best chance of survival.
What is
And
it?
what is that?
Land on your feet. Swear to God. Because it's gonna all the bones in your legs are gonna break, but it sort of gives you the best chance of protecting your vital organs, which and your head.
Yeah, there's just no
Um,
way. There's no way. If you
Trying to go
fell
like
out of
hands out, like
if you fell out of an airplane and you landed on your feet would like shoot up into your shoulders.
no, it's just gonna vaporize your tibia and your femur and all that. Those are gonna be in big trouble. You'll never walk again. And
No, I don't
so you
know.
might actually decide, as active people, maybe not hairball. Actually, I could see Harry being happy to upgrade to a wheelchair.
Bro, I'm more active than you. It sounds like all you did in New Orleans this weekend was fucking get shit faced out of your mind and throw trash on the ground. I was out in the fucking in the world, in the nature,
Sure didn't
fishing,
drink. I
fishing and
only, yeah, I mean, what did I do? I walked around. I went to get some brunch. Did some cool stuff with Matthew.
where did you what hotel did you stay in?
We stayed at the Roosevelt
he's here in the Four Seasons at Houston.
in Houston. We stayed in the Four Seasons.
I'm sure that was fantastic. There's a hotel
All
in
right.
New Orleans called Hotel Pontchartrain.
Yeah, we went there, and they have a rooftop bar. We went had a cocktail up there.
That bar rocks.
That place was
Fauchon,
cool.
Wait,
Fauchon, Train.
did your guide take you there?
He did, yeah,
That makes me feel like I'm fucking plugged in. The fact that that
yeah.
was like one of the coolest places we stayed. That's like in the Garden District, and that's
Tin Roof is what it was called, or
yes,
Hot Tin, maybe.
that's a significant some type of Tennessee Williams
It
allusion,
is
of
a
course.
play on Tennessee Williams' Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Exactly.
That's interesting. I
Yeah.
admire that.
That was a good bar. By the way, we also went to a place called Chloe, which was super cool. That's where we went for brunch. We went from Chloe to Hot Tin.
Yes, those are like the kind of better sections.
Yeah.
Not being on Bourbon Street. Staying
And
off
you
of
could
Bourbon Street is a significantly better.
totally.
Parkway,
And they had
National
the
Garden District.
streetcar. They have the streetcars there which run along they don't call it the median. There's some other term for it. There's all this weird sort of lingo in New Orleans where they don't like if you say Nolans. They don't like that. And then it's not called a median, it's called like a center section or something. And you can't call the streetcar a trolley, you call it a streetcar.
Interesting. What do you mean they don't like when you say Nolans?
It's I don't know.
Like New Orleans?
Nolans.
Nolans. You kind of make it one word.
Oh, I see. That's like in San Francisco. They don't like when you say San Fran.
That's probably a good comp. Yeah.
You remember that when I said I called it San Fran and the dude in the front row was like, "Would you call your country a cunt?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking
I mean,
about,
we
dude?"
call Philadelphia Philly. Like
Yeah. No, I wouldn't call my country a cunt because that doesn't even make sense. You imbecile.
you
I remember
fucking
being so
fool.
thrown off when that dude said that.
Oh, yeah, did. He did win. He beat you.
No, I beat him.
Well, you probably beat him by in your mind thinking that it was stupid of what he said, but did you retort with something witty enough to kind of silence him and get the crowd back on your side?
Of course, bro. I'm a killer.
Let's see the crowd work video then. If you're such a fucking killer,
I'm a stone cold killer, bro. You know this.
What was the last crowd work you even did? You fucking
Bro, I haven't had a good
dude.
crowd work in a minute.
I know, and it showed.
JFL, well, it doesn't even matter because I'm never gonna get JFL anymore.
They
JFL went
just
under.
they just declared bankruptcy.
Just for laughs did?
Just for
No.
laughs did. So I guess I'm just gonna start
Got the
telling people
last
I got it.
laugh.
I'm just gonna say I got it in 2024.
I sent the link to the article to Sass, and he was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I was
Waiting
fucking
to hear
shocked.
back.
Well, I just did my audition. I didn't want to
That was
fucking
it?
auditions suck, dude. You think they would have given us like there's no way you don't just go bankrupt out of nowhere. Like they had to have known 2 weeks ago that that was coming. They could have canceled the auditions. I
They
took the
quit on you.
train back from Albany early to get there for the audition.
Yeah, you took the train at 6 a.m. so you could nap for your 4 o'clock p.m. audition.
Exactly. They
You know
could
how
have
much more
fucking told
fun we
me.
could have had?
Exactly. I could have gone to the fucking the
Coffee
breakfast
clash.
clash. Yeah,
They could have
exactly.
gone to, you
Coffee
could have
crack.
come to
I skipped coffee
clash.
clash for that shit.
And now they're
And
fucking under?
I didn't take the Netflix audition serious at all because I was like, well, I want JFL anyway, so fuck that. And now JFL's gone, and I'm not gonna get the Netflix thing.
You should take every audition seriously. I mean, that's just
Of
Good
course, I
track.
took it serious, bro. I mean, I still murdered. You know me,
Mhm.
Stone
Mhm.
Cold Killer. One of the 500, bro.
It was really like 250.
My microphone's getting
Now your mic's still good.
You sound good.
said it had switched MacBook Pro microphone.
Oh no, now
Oh,
it
your
sounds like
microphone's
dog
set off.
shit.
The fuck is going on here?
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, there really are really just 250 of us.
Dude, there's not that many killers these days. I'll
Did
tell
you
you,
hear,
two of them are on this podcast right now.
did
Two
you
of the
hear
500.
did you hear Cat Williams and Joe Rogan talking about that, Francis?
No.
Well, Joe Rogan says it all the time, but it was literally the first 2 seconds of the episode.
I didn't watch it. How's my mic?
Good.
It sounds fine, but it's not your mic.
Okay.
It's
Whatever.
just the
We're almost there.
MacBook.
Sorry, everybody. We're doing our best.
All good. All G.
But yeah, they're like, there's only 500 of us in the world. People that really can fucking kill.
People that can just get up there and just slay the stage.
And then he was like, it's really closer to 250. And then when you start factoring in the ones you want to hang out with,
Closer to 10.
yeah.
I don't think I'm in that Joe Rogan 10.
Bro, you're definitely in the 500. I'm not in the 500. You are.
You're past it at the mothership, bro.
Yeah, you're a mothership killer.
You know what, Sass?
You're a part of the mothership assassin squad.
Yeah, the Green Berets,
The mothership militia.
the SEAL Team 6 of the mothership, sweeping in at the dead of night to fucking slay audiences. in
Ladies and
0 dark
gentlemen,
30.
coming to the stage next, you know him from Oops the Podcast, a core member of the mothership militia.
Sass waited for my mic to go out to start teeing off on me.
I'm not even teeing off on you, bro.
Teeing off. Laying
No,
your
it is.
nuts on your big old nuts on my forehead.
Your long ass sack.
You
Dude,
get
I
it.
didn't. I got to go back to
Serious.
California 2 more times in the next like month.
Where else are you going?
Sacramento and Bakersfield and Irvine.
Jesus
I
Christ.
know.
Must be nice.
The Tight Lines tour.
Well, that's the only way to get on a mothership militia squad.
You got to be out on the road every weekend.
It's boot camp. You're in mothership militia boot camp right now.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
doing basic training. You're in the field, and I'm afraid you're gonna ring that fucking bell. Let them know that you're not built for militia life.
Not me, bro. Cancel
No,
culture will not take me down.
I see you fighting against the in
We
the
will
culture
win.
wars,
We
linked
will
up
win.
with your brothers in like 1 foot of water, singing the military song, just floating back and forth.
Dude, they I went to the mothership a couple weeks ago, and have you guys ever seen
I
that?
heard you're begging out front for a spot. I heard you're like, "Hey, are you guys hiring doormen?" I heard it's the
I
best
fucked
way to
that
get
joke
in.
up. I've never been to the mothership. What I was gonna say was, have you guys seen that video of when of that dude on Instagram who does like the motivational talks and he makes the guy take his shirt off? And
Yeah.
he's like, what do you think's wrong with this? And he grabs onto his like back fat and he's like, does that make you feel good? And he's like, no. And he says that no one can work for him unless they have 6-pack abs. That's what he says.
I've
Yes.
seen that.
Yeah, I was gonna tie that into a joke about the mothership, but I fucked it up by
What's
saying I was just
the
at the
joke?
mothership.
I'm
I
just
don't
telling
know.
us that you were gonna maybe
I
make
didn't
a joke.
have I didn't have the joke. I
Bro,
apologize.
with discordant joke structure like what you just displayed, you are not even close to the
I'm one of the 10. I'm one of
mothership
the
militia,
10,000
man.
maybe.
Yeah, you're not in the 5. Yeah. Good luck, bro. You're closer to me than I am to than Francis is to. Fuck, man, I didn't have the joke.
No, we're
Um,
struggling. We're struggling.
no,
Make
no,
it
no.
funny.
I feel like I'm struggling. I'm just shouting at my computer.
Dude, your audio is fine.
Okay.
It
But
actually
you
it
do
might
have to
sound
super
better than it
loud
did
for the mic to
before.
pick you up, though. You have to like shout in for the mic
What?
to jump over our mics.
Oh,
No, I
well,
don't think so.
it's the mic. Well, whatever.
Well, we still
Um,
got 5 minutes.
Cool.
Sass, I got two text messages, or actually, so I got a text message about you this weekend, and
From
Moot
Gardini
got the same message about you this weekend from Gardini saying we need Sass back.
to drinking.
Or just like to be fun again.
Yeah, I was having a blast, and so was he, but he just got super fucked up and then was like, you gotta drink, man. And I was like, dude, we're going to bed in fucking 5 minutes. I don't need to be hammering down shots of whiskey right now.
Even
I had a
sleep-
great time. I had a great weekend not drinking.
Did you bring him to California with you?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. It was good shit.
I guess you lost my number, huh?
No, I just decided you weren't coming. Where were you at this weekend, Rum? Brazil? Key West? What?
Just Philadelphia.
No fucking shot. You're
course.
never on the East Coast in the weekends, bro.
Don't say that, bro.
Where were you? Argentina?
No, bro. I was in
Bahamas?
Philadelphia.
What'd you do out in Philly?
We went to a Sixers game. Uh, big win for the Sixers.
Are you allowed to do that?
Yeah, that's a good question, honestly. It was a belated Christmas present for my dear mother.
Does Pat Bev know you went?
No, but he will because he listens to this show towards the 60th minute.
He scrolls right to the end just to see how we polish it off.
Or just to see what we're hiding. This is where I'd hide a dead body.
Did you? Because I didn't see any stories of you at the Sixers game, so it makes me wonder if you were hiding that intentionally.
I don't know the last time I threw up a story anyway, dude. I'm not like
You're
'cause
always throwing up. You don't like to throw up stories of Son of a Boy Dad, but you like to throw up a lot of Pat Bev stories. Just doing tricks on it like I've never seen.
don't even say that, bro.
You love posting
Always throwing
clips
up
of Pat
Son of a
Bev
Boy Dad
going,
stories.
this Pat Bev sequence at the Bucks game last night was out of hand. One 3 points, 1 3-pointer, and then one almost steal. Belt to ass.
You're confusing me with the Pat Bev show account.
No, dude, you're always posting shit like that.
I have never
Pat
posted
Bev
that.
for MVP on one of his 18 teams this year.
Hey, Roan, you and Pat Bev are going on tour together?
No,
You
Belt to
better
ass
fucking
tour.
not be.
No, we're
Yeah,
gonna.
You
what's
better
that?
fucking not. I'll
We're
kill
trying
you.
to- We're trying to become one of the 500.
No, bro. You don't have what it takes.
What?
No.
What don't I have?
You don't have, dude, you're just not an assassin.
The crowd work?
You got to work on your crowd work.
You haven't done any crowd work.
You haven't even gotten canceled for saying slurs, bro. That's how you get
Yes,
into
I
the
have.
500.
Oh, I got real close to getting canceled.
True, you did.
When Ben Mintz was going under,
Yeah, I know.
tried to drag me down with him like the fates, like I was going over the river Styx.
Yeah, more like the Rio Grande.
Yes.
Hey,
Nice. Very nice because of what I said,
Francis from the top of the ropes.
the top of the ropes. Not
Have
from
you
the
guys
top
seen
rope.
have you guys seen what Clemmer's doing right now?
Yeah.
You go check in on him at all, or is he just down there just suffering?
I don't think I'm allowed to go see him. I think that's the whole point of solitary confinement.
No one's allowed to see him.
Well, I think Vibs does stuff, maybe sends him little shit. I don't really know.
Why is he doing that?
For
Because
no
Jersey
gain.
Jerry had so much success hitting golf balls
Ah, I see.
that we are trying everything we can to not just be the forgotten office.
What
I'm
it
gonna
all comes
try one. I'm gonna do like how many Tylenols can I take before my liver gives out? And it's gonna be like a 48-hour stream, and I'll take one Tylenol every hour.
A little Tylenol power hour.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a
I
good
had the
idea.
idea of going into the snack closet once it had just been restocked and seeing if I could eat my way out of it.
Yeah, I remember you said that. I think that's actually a good idea.
I think it'd be fun, but I would need help.
It's
I don't
crazy that
know.
we're doing all this because an autistic dude from North Carolina figured out the YouTube algorithm, and now everyone's just like, "How can we be like Mr. Beast?"
I just think it's weird that we're all just stealing from Jersey Jerry.
Well, where's he getting it from?
I don't know, but no one at Barstool was doing it before he did it.
He's getting it from Jimmy.
I know. And now everyone's like, let me figure out how I can go live stream for 48 hours straight.
But to like, he's getting super chatted, and like, he probably made thousands of dollars off of it. Clemmer is living a like objectively worse life with no positive outcome at the end of it.
No,
He doesn't
people
even
are
have his
watching
Venmo
Clemmers.
open.
People are watching Clemmers. I tuned into it last night and there was like 700 people watching at like 2 a.m.
I'm gonna check right now.
700 people.
It's no Jersey Jerry numbers, but you got to make some sacrifices if you want to get there.
Well, he's also not doing
He's
anything.
got 1,500 right now watching.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's still counting rice. I would say that's probably bad strategy.
That's way worse than just sitting there and doing nothing.
Well, dude, no one knows how much rice there is.
Rowan, when are you so you're moving to Chicago, right?
No, what are you talking about? I'm moving down to Argentina.
You're
Where the
literally
real
in
killers
the
are.
Chicago office every single week now.
This is the first time I've been here
Are they going to
since
put your face back on the yak graphic?
it's the first time I've been here since I was here with you.
You traitor. That's not true at all. You were there like 2 weeks ago.
No, I wasn't. I was in Milwaukee, not Chicago, you cock kiss.
Dude, you did the yak within the last month.
No, I didn't. You
Yes,
fucking
you did.
cock kiss.
You're a cock kiss.
I'm not a cock kiss.
Kiss the ring, bro. Kiss the ring.
Take it back, bro.
Admit
Take
it. You
it back
can't
that I'm
you
a
can't
cock kiss.
you can't handle New York anymore. You've gone soft.
You can't fucking handle New York, bro.
I'm in
What
New
are-
York right now.
You're not even in the office. You're down the street from the office and you refuse to go. You're
I'm
dressed
in
like fucking
HQ4.
Steve Irwin over here,
I'm not
thinking
sure.
that you're in the fucking outback, but really you're just in your yellow ass apartment.
My apartment's
truth,
not yellow.
In defense of Sass, I'm actually not in the office either. I just had to put up in my home so that I could mislead people. And
I gotta get one of those.
Viva, bros.
They're giving those out for Employee of the Month.
More than the Mr. Beast jacket.
The Barstool Beasts jacket, not to be mistaken.
Yeah, that's actually a good hat. As
That's a
opposed to
tight lid.
fucking-
If I wore this and counted rice, I would be a Japanese father concerned about the blight that has overtaken our crop.
Yeah, like Parasite.
What is it?
Oh,
Oh, nice. That's Korea. Parasite.
Yeah.
One.
I should probably watch that again. That movie was incredible.
Yeah,
It
I've watched
was a
that one
banger.
multiple
Dude,
times.
my wife is so turned on by Masters of Air right now that she's bringing home military recruitment pamphlets and leaving them on the dining table. And I was like, I think I'm too old to enlist. And she goes, where's your sense of patriotism? Do you think the Chinese care about age limits? Which was very ironic to me since every fake ID I've ever had was made in Chinatown.
Chinatown?
That's
Yeah.
right. Chinatown, Boston.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
when you got fake IDs, you were able to just get them in the United States? Because we had to get ours shipped in from China.
Yeah,
And they would
that's-
come
I only
in a
bought-
stuffed animal. And
I
then you'd
only
have to
bought
rip
American,
the stuffed
bro.
animal open and their
I-
IDs would be in there.
I believed in buying American.
Build
good.
Union, buy from Chinatown.
That's right.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess when you were in high school, we were still in the Pacific, so you weren't even allowed to be in contact with
That's again, you are conflating the Chinese and the
Japanese,
which
I know.
they really don't like.
They don't like that at all.
They don't like that.
That's deeply racist, and we're about to probably hire people younger than you starting this summer now, Sass.
What the fuck?
You don't think Barstool's going to hire people who are fresh out of college
No,
or,
they're not
or
allowed.
juniors
That's in my contract because I have to be the youngest person at the company.
so I can still make nasty age jokes?
Exactly.
You piece of shit. That shit's not funny.
It is funny.
No, it's not actually.
That's why I'm one of the 500, bro. That shit's hilarious.
Your killing is like the Holocaust. People talk a lot about it,
Whoa.
but it didn't happen.
Whoa. Oh man, bro, you might have just earned your spot in the 500.
Yeah,
That kind of shit.
that's a little 55-minute nugget right there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the last 10 minutes of the pod, little nugget.
That's some war mode shit right there, bro.
Yeah.
That's a gift to our brothers Billy and Spud. I guess we're Holocaust deniers now.
I guess, yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Do you want to announce who we're gonna have on tomorrow?
Yes, we got Laundry Day coming on the podcast tomorrow.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it should be fun. Should be good shit. Just
Do
trying to get.
they play instruments?
They do.
Yes.
That's dope.
Very talented musicians.
Merrily we snored up these lines, these lines.
You got to think of something to sing with them.
I know.
What
I
would
don't
you
know
sing?
what.
What's some songs that have been in your head recently that's not Bob Dylan?
Oof. I've been listening to a lot of Doja Cat.
Like what?
Bitch, I said what I said. I don't care. I paint the town red. Ooh, she the devil. She a bad little bitch. She a rebel.
That's a good one.
That's what me and Gardini were listening to on the way to go fishing.
Ooh, she the devil. You got to sing that with them. That would go super hard.
That would go super
You
hard.
saw
We'll do
Drake
it.
just reposted them yesterday?
Drizzy?
He
Aubrey?
reposted them on his story.
Aubrey's been up to some freak shit as of late.
Well, I guess that means you guys have that in common, right, Ron?
Big time. That's
Yeah.
my freak brothers.
Do you think they're big fans of Pat Bev? Are you guys gonna have him on the Pat Bev show too?
No, he doesn't like guests.
Ah, fuck. Really? I thought that was like a pretty big guest-oriented podcast.
I thought so too.
Not anymore. Give us the tea, bro. Is that podcast ending soon or what? Let's wrap that shit up.
I got to get to the airport, boys.
I need your full focus, bro.
How far does Pat Bev need to be traded in order for you to stop doing the podcast?
Yeah, what if he goes and plays in Russia or some shit with Brittany Griner?
And he's like, "Why aren't you out here in fucking St. Petersburg with me?"
Yeah. Come out to Moscow.
I
Fuck
need
son of
you
a
out
boy,
here.
dad, bro. We need you in Moscow.
I mean, with everything Tucker's saying about it, it's supposed to be utopian.
It's
The subways are
paradise.
supposed to be absolutely. I heard they have portraits in the subways.
It's paradise out there.
All we have is pores.
All right, let's wrap this up because I got to upload it.
That's what I just said.
Come see me and Sass in Madison, Wisconsin this weekend. We're going to be eating steak.
I'll find that
we
restaurant name. It was top 10.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tickets at littlesasquatchwebsite.com.
And if you're second guessing it, just ask yourself, like, how many more times are you going to have the opportunity to see 2 of the 500 in person?
That's right.
So come see us. Come support live comedy. JFL is no longer a thing, so my career is kind of in the shitter right now. Was kind of hoping to have that for a little boost, but you know, what can you do? Come see us this weekend. Tickets at francisellis.com.
All right. Good shit, my boys.
All right.
Nice